Good morning, everyone. So, today we are going to see that Unit 5 Machine Learning with the help of the learning concepts in the artificial intelligence. So, this is one of the very important area of artificial intelligence. So, machine learning generally enable the computers to learn from the data and improve their performance without being the explicit programmed. So it is widely used in the application like such as the recommendation of systems and then speech recognition, autonomous vehicles, healthcare and financial areas. So this is the basic introduction of machine learning with the help of in the important area of artificial intelligence. So the second thing is what is meant by the machine learning. So generally the machine learning it have the defined structure of the Herbert Simon defined the machine learning. This is one of the process by which help to improve the performance through the experience. So according to the experience of E and performance of task, and it should be like the both are improved. So we will get according to the performance measures of P. So this is the general key terms for analyzing our data. So E for experience and then T for that is a performance of task and then performance measures of P. So these three things we can just learn as a good level means definitely we will get the good level of outcome and then output. So this machine learning allows the system to learn the pattern from the data and make the better decision over time. So this is the general information among the machine learning concepts. And then the next one, the traditional program versus the machine learning. So in the traditional program, we provide the data and the rule. Okay, the traditional program we can assign the data and program into the computer. It will be just come up with the final outcome. So this is the general traditional program for our based upon the just accessing our data process. And the machine learning, while we can use with the machine learning, the data and output it should be just combined into the computer. We will get the some structure of program. Okay, so this is one of the ability to learn the pattern from the data, making the machine learning it should be making the powerful for solving the complex real world problem. So this is the basic difference. General the traditional program it will be just getting some final outcome from the data and program, and the machine learning we can assign the data followed by the output. The computer it should be evaluating based upon our requirement. We will get the program. So that is the two difference between the traditional program and the machine learning. And the next slide, it's going to define the history of machine learning. So this is one of the brief structure for the history of machine learning. So the machine learning like it will be just introduced the Samuel Checker player in the year of 1950s, and then 60s they have just focused the neural network and then pattern recognition and then learning the limitation of theory, etc. And then 1970 it has just improved the some of the important technique for AQ, and then Winston Arch learner with the mathematical notations it will be called out. And the 1980s they have just enhanced version of utility problem, analog and then cognitive architecture, etc. 1990s they have focused like the data mining and then adaptive software agents and then reinforcement learning, logical programming by based learning for evaluating the correct outcome, etc. And the 2000 it has just improvised the advanced tech for the transfer learning and then sequence labeling and then the personalized assistance and learn and then learning the robotics and then vision, etc. And 2010 it has just improvised more and more improvised the deep learning method systems was introduced, and then learning big data and then Bayesian networks and then methods, etc. And so these are all the up to date as a year of it have just invented the history levels. The next one, the next slide, it could be just focused like that. as a, so what we will you cover in this course and then in this topic. Okay, so we just focus it like the four kind of the learning process, like the supervised learning and then unsupervised learning and then semi supervised learning and then the reinforcement learning, and then finally we are going to see the how the particular system it could be evaluated the correct set of the features and then different kind of the applications, etc. So the first one, as it should be like following like the first concept is as a supervised learning. So supervised learning is generally it will be learning the learning from the labeled data and then structure, etc. And then unsupervised learning it should be like this discovering the sum of the pattern in the unit structure. It will be just unlabeled data of the sequences. This is the general definition for the unsupervised. And then the semi supervised learning it will be just combined like the small amount of the labeled data with the large amount of unlabeled data. The both labeled and then unlabeled it should be combined, and then we can just evaluating our outcome. And then reinforcement learning, this is one of the reward based learning process. So with the like the game platform we can use for the some game level of the platform. So this is the four basic structure of the learning process. And then evaluation it having like the some particular pattern and then primary work it could be there for evaluating and then giving the proper result of the analysis. So we will say, discuss in the next upcoming slide for the evaluation part and then followed by the applications. So this is the type of learning. Already we know this is one of the very shortest form for understanding for the clearance. And the supervised it could be like taking the training data and then desired output. The output we know the output for the properly. So what the thing we want in the clear structure. So that could be based on the supervised. And unsupervised we are having the training data but without the deciding the output. We don't know the exact output. The system has to just implement everything in relevant to the program and then structure. So and then we will receive the output for the undecided thing. So whatever the output it will be giving, we have to just accept it with the help of the structure. Okay, so this is called as a unsupervised. And semi supervised it will be just a few as a labeled and then few as a unlabeled. So we can just use with the semi supervised method. And reinforcement it will be just reward based as a sequence of the actions. So this is one of the basic information for the among the data of types of level. And then the first one, supervised learning. So this is one of the regression model. So what the thing is happening means we are having the list of the years here and then we are having the some of the month of the articles is here. This is one of the linear structure. The red color it could be represent. So given the data like that, this is x-axis, this is the y-axis. So f of x we need to just predicate with the y given by the x of the clear structure. So we can call it as a regression function. The regression it should be just a supervised learning method, and then it will be just a continuous value for analyzing the house prices or stock prices or future temperatures like that. So this is one of the just regression line for making the just connect with our data line. Okay, so we are having the just simulated with the just plotted the values like the unplanned structure plotted the values. So we want to just make with the some regression line, we can just analyze the data and then we can just connect with the nearby the value for the particular some threshold, and then we will get the proper outcome. So this is one of the unsupervised learning. And the next one, supervised learning. So supervised learning, this is one of the another classification method for taking the predefined categories. For example, we are having the just tumoring size and then like we want to just analyze the benign and then malignant with the help of the data. Like the here we can just apply for the some supervised learning method for the x-axis and then y-axis with the given kind of the predicting the structure. So here based upon the value we just giving some threshold value and then we can analyze among that the more than for the threshold value we will get just as a like the malignant, and then some threshold value we will get just get it as a benign value like that. Okay, so this is one of the basic structure of supervised learning. Supervised learning we know the proper outcome as a future based proper outcome we know. Based upon the thing, we can just define with the process. So this is look like as the previous example, that is as a regression method. This is one of the just cumulative value, and then we will get the some proper outcome like this one or that one, that is a 0 or 1. We will get the any two kind of the classification value, 0 or 1. This is one of the single level of the supervised learning. So any one of the outcome we will receive based upon the threshold value. And next one, this is the tumor size, for example, predicating the benign and then predicating the margin. So we can just fix with the based upon the threshold value. We will get the some appropriate the category for the benign and then malignant, etc. And next one is as a supervised learning for the continuation, that the clump thickness and then formality of the cell size and then shape, everything we have to just consider for executing our examples. The next one is as a unsupervised model. So previous example, if you want to just use with the multi-dimensional or multi-value knowledge, we can just take it. So in the previous example, we can like the 0 and 1 category only, 0 for the benign and then 1 for the malignant. If we want to access the more number of the values, means we need to just analyze knowledge. We can easy to able to analyze for the normal and then abnormal and then malignant, etc. So that is we can call it as a multi-class processing way. And this is one of the unsupervised learning method. Generally unsupervised learning, the main objective for this, in we are having the some hidden pattern for structuring. It should be just to connect with the some relationship with the data, and then the main technique for we can just analyze with the some clustering process, and then with the help of the data points and then grouping together, and then we will get the automatic results. So this is the thing is happening. Just look at the picture here. So we are having the collection of n number of value x1 up to the xn without labeling the thing. So we want to make with the clustering with the help of the hidden structure. So we can just centroid point, we can fix some centroid point. For example, the limit is 3 now, it will be like 0 to 3, it will be making as a one clustering group, and then another clustering group, another clustering group. So it should be just making with the some clustering position for handling our data for the unsupervised learning process, and then we will get the results value. So this is one of the number of the clusters, or variety of the clusters, it will be just showing in the different kind of the structures thing. So this is for example social network. So this is one of the structure. This is the red color as the one of the structure, green as one of the structure like that. And then the market segmentation. This is one of the structure and clustering based the thing. This is one of the clustering based the thing as a thing. So but we want to just fix with the some centroid point into the maximum limit of the value. Then only it will be just easy to access and easy to connect with the short to long set of the value over that. Then only we will get the final outcome. So this is called as a unsupervised method. And then the this is one of the voice recognition. So voice recognition, the speaker 1 and then speaker 2, they have just speak out some volume and then some voice, and then it will be just collably it should be connected into the some voice recording function, and then it will be just categorized for the grouping like of merged pattern. After that we can just divide with the unmerged process, like the speaker 1 some voice is separate and then speaker 2 voice is separate. So this is it will be just very helpful for categorizing our unsupervised method learning process. And next one is as a reinforcement learning. So reinforcement learning, generally it should be like making with the some rewards basis. So the agent the perform the action, and then receiver just receive the rewards or penalties, and then learner just basic taking with the best strategy is known as the with the relevant to the policy value. And then the application, it will be just roll out like the game playing, and then robots, and then autonomous navigations, and then decision making system. So these are all the variety level of the reinforcement learning methods. Okay, so we will just process with the some technique process, and then finally we will get the some rewarding function. For example, game playing. So we are just making making as a some of the rule, like step level 1, step level 2, step level 3. So after the reaching level 3 reaching level means we will get the some rewards for that. So depends upon the condition, we can just analyze with the process. But the general term of definition is what now, this is one of the sequence of states or states and then actions, and then finally we will get the rewards with the connected with the some outcome of the policy. And this is one of the some agent environment interface as the example over here. For example, agent is there and then environment is there. So this is one of the state action, each state and then each step we want to just give with the S1, and then reward we will, after receiving the state of the action, we will get the some reward over here. So here the agent and then environment, it should be interactive with the discrete of timestamp. So we can following the some timestamp over here, and then agent, it should be like observe as the each and every states and then produce the action of the step with connected with the timing, and then gets the resulting with the reward. Once the one step is over and then one process or one level is over, means definitely we will get the rewards and then resulting of the next state. So overall the rewards we will get or gain or loss. So this is the basic agent environment interfaces. So this is one of the reinforcement learning of the thing. So we want to just move with the up and then down, and then finally we will reach out the some task in the final end of the game. We will get the some score point and then the rewards also. And this is one of the some inverse of the reinforcement learning method. So here the thing is, what the thing is happening over here means, like we can just analyze with the some autonomous the helicopters and then self-driving car, and then it will be just observing the human behavior and then learn how to perform the task effectively, and then we have to just finally reach out the final set of the destination point. Okay, so with the help of the reinforcement, the starting position is okay when we want to just start with the current position, and then the state of the destination is reach out the final destination point as a target of destination point. In between the state, we want to just trace out the what is the map we are going to follow, what is the row we are going to follow, and what is the way we want to follow in the particular rule of the matching thing. For example, left or move or right or up and down. So whatever the similarity it should be taking for reach out our final goal, we can apply over the rules. And the next one is the framing a learning problem. So this is the general structure for designing our learning problems. So whenever we can just target our learning, that is we are going to solve with the problem, so we can just analyzing these kind of the requirement level. So first one, we can just analyzing the training experience. So what is the experience is happening, what are the model, what are the features it should be there in the particular data set and problem and everything. And next one, what is to be the learned. So the target thing is what, because the starting level of training position, what we have just to understand, what we have just analyzed in the current position. So based upon the current position, we want to just fix with the target level of the value. So that target position we need to just analyze. In between the target and between the starting position, we can just apply the some intermediate of rule and then some functions. Then only it will be just to connect with the starting and then destination of the intersection of the point with the help of the some of the rule of the things. So here we want to choose with the how to represent the target function. So that also we need to analyze, and then good learning algorithm for targeting our function. So this is the basic structure. So the particular environment or experience or current position we can take it, and then depends upon the training data and then testing data. So data has a one of the very important role for in the machine learning model, AI model, artificial intelligence, whatever it may be in the research based also. And here we can just analyze with the learner and then knowledge and then performance element. So here the thing like what now what the experience of learned. Okay, so experience we want to learn, and then the knowledge also we want to learn. So what the priority thing is there, and then what are the knowledge level representation is there, everything we want to just analyze into the portion of knowledge. And then learner we can first understand the what are all the features it should be there in the particular data set, and then particular concept and which kind of the algorithm it should be suitable for taking for our rollout for or handling our data. Okay, that also as a learner part. And then knowledge part, once we have just analyzing the all kind of the parameter of the learning method, we can just analyze the which portion of the algorithm it should be comfortable for take over this model. And then finally we will get the performance element. So performance element, it will be just taking the rollout in the performance based upon the thing. So finally the performance, it will be just the testing of the parameter, and then as well as it will be just to take out the final outcome. So this is the basic structure of the designing the learning system, so which we are going to analyze with our data. And the main important thing for analyzing, whenever we can take with the training and then testing process, it should be very very important role for taking our outcome. Okay, so here we are having the, in the training data, we are having the different kind of the labeling names and then labeling functions over there, and based upon the same thing, so we can just take with the some proper algorithm and then learning process, so we will get the some proper outcome. Okay, so proper outcome. So in the final thing, so we can just test with the data. So whatever the at present of the current level, so we can feed with the some data, and then currently we can just load with the data based upon the training of the features, and whatever the algorithm we have taken in the knowledge level, we will get the final outcome. So this is the basic structure over there. So whenever we are going to go with the some classification model, definitely we can understand what is the experience is happening, and then what are the structures it should be there, and what is our target function, and what are all the algorithm we want to choose with the relevant to the current problem. Okay, that is very very important for taking our final good outcome. And next one, training and then testing of the distributions. So here the machine learning, it will be the base important role for the training and testing, already we have discussed in the thing. And then this is one of the important role for taking the thing. And we can just segregate the two things over here. Here we can call it as the concept of the like not independent, and then the test distributed is a different required. Okay, so the distribution is offered over here like what now, the collective classification. So whenever we are just not independent to the some of the level or some of the learning process, means we need the some collective classifications. Okay, and then the test distribution, whenever the testing method is happening, means we need the some transfer law learning. Okay, maybe it's not comfortable for the testing technique, so in the among the whole kind of the process, we need to just transfer to the some of the algorithm model. Okay, so this is the parallel route, two important thing, it will be roll out the whenever we can just access with our testing process. Okay, and next one, the ML machine learning is one of the very important role for the nutshell. Okay, so this is one of the machine learning, like the 100 of years we can just use with the this is the nutshell of the techniques. So the machine learning, we are having the three important component in the component for this method, for we can call it as a nutshell. The first one as a representation, and then optimization, and then evaluation. So this is one of the three important features, and then three important, very very important role for accessing our final taking our outcome. Okay, so here the thing is what now, in the previous slides, so we are having the just classification parts only. Okay, so whatever the classification, it should be compatible for the our problem statement or our targeting statement. Okay, so we can take with the supervised method, unsupervised method, and then reinforcement, and then semi supervised method, like that. Okay, so but here whatever the supervised method we are going to take now, no, we can just analyzing the three important components for after the result. Okay, so when we are going to compare with the existing level, when we are comparing with the different kind of the algorithm of the portion, and then we can analyze the results part, everything we can just take over this net cell method only. Okay, so here the representation means what, so this is how the knowledge is represented, how the technique is it could be just represented. And then optimization means what, how the model is learned, what are all the model and what are all the modules we can take and so that model of the information, how it will be just roll out. So that's the thing, we can call it as a optimization. The next one, the evaluation means what, how the performance is measured. Okay, so for example, the X level and then Y level, what are all the how much of the percentage it should be just measured in the thing. So that's the thing, we can call it as a three important role for after the classification of the process. So this is one of the various functions representation, like the numerical function, symbolic function, instant based functions, and then probabilistic graphical model. So in the various level of the functions representation as a numerical function. So here we are having the linear regression, neural networks, and then support vector machine. This is as a variety of the numerical functions. Whenever we need the some mathematical representation, this is one of the opt-off method and then algorithm we can analyzing our data. The next one, symbolic functions. It could be like taking the decision tree and then rules in the proportional logic and then rules in the first order predicate logic. So these are all as a symbolic functions whenever we need the analyzing our data. And then instant based functions, nearest neighboring case based model, and then probabilistic graphic model, navy based Bayesian network, hidden Markov model, probabilistic context free grammar, and then Markov network. So these are all the various important functions for take over our algorithm part. So we want to choose like the correct method. So that is very important. Okay, so we are having the some problem, so that problem we know the target also. Okay, so this is our target. In intermediate level, we want to just pick with the correct level of the algorithm. So that is very important. That algorithm only we can easy to take with our like the classification model. That the classification model, it could be like connected with the functions of the each model of the algorithm, and then the classification it will be, so finally we will get the outcome. Okay, that is very important role. So these are all the some mathematical function, and as well as the the machine learning model. These are all the machine learning important model for analyzing our data. The next one, this is the next one, the gradient descent, and then dynamic programming, and then divide and conquer, and then evaluation, the computation. So these are all the optimization algorithm search method. Okay, so we are having the in the gradient descent algorithm, we can reduce the sum mean square model, and then back propagation, we can analyze the some mean square error is occur, means we can just reduce it. So these are all the various search with following the optimization algorithm. It should be all those things. It will be just to work out inside the classification model, like the supervised learning, any one of the technique, or unsupervised or semi supervised or reinforcement. So classification level of the classification itself, these algorithms, such algorithm optimization algorithm was support for our taking our final outcome. Okay, and then dynamic program, HMM model, and then PCFG learning product, divide and conquer, decision tree, rule based, evaluation computational. So these all those as a very important role for the optimization algorithm technique. The next one, evaluation we know already. Okay, so after the getting the result, we want to just evaluate the value. Okay, how we are going to evaluate. So for example, the current outcome is there, means so that particular outcome of the value, so we want to just analyze. So x position is what, and then y position is what, and how much of the value and how much of the level or how much of the thing we can just get it. Okay, in relevant to our concept. So that is a thing we can call it as a accuracy, and then precision recall, and then squared error, likelihood, poster probability, cost, margin, entropy, KL reverse, etc. So these all those things are as a evaluation for the correct prompt. Okay, so these evaluation structure we want to just analyzing with the after taking the result, or else we can just compare to the existing method of the value. Okay, existing value and then proposed value, whatever the need we need, just and then ROC curve also we are going to just make with the clear structure for analyzing our outcome. So this is one of the analysis pattern for our value, like the after getting the result, or else we need to just compare to the existing with the proposed the value. Everything we can just compare with the help of these kind of the evaluation methods. The next one, the ML in the practice. So we are having the ML in the practice for analyzing always as we understand the domain, each and everything we want to just understand, because not only the current state and then the destination state is okay, we know, so okay we can able to do the ML. So that is the not thing, not getting the correct way. Okay, we want to analyze, so okay this is the problem statement, this problem statement it will be just connected with, or it will be just take over for these kind of the algorithm as a suitable for solving our process. Okay, then only we will get the good level of the goal. And then data integration, selection, cleaning, pre-processing. So these are all as a important role for the model for taking our ML model. So these models we can just pick with the correct algorithm relevant to the ML, then only we will get the good result. And then learning model, interpreted result, etc. And then the next one, lessons of learned about the learning. The learning we can use with the some direct and then indirect experience for choosing our target function. And then this function approximation can be viewed for the search and then through the hypothesis. Hypothesis has a very important role for using the machine learning, like the best fit of the data, best fit of the training data. Okay, and then the next one, different learning methods for assuming the representation of the languages and then employ the different searching techniques. Okay, so we need the different kind of the hypothesis space, means definitely we can call it as a different kind of the searching technique also. Okay, so that is the lessons for learned from the learning. And then the next one, the ML machine learning, it will be just to roll out like the not only does not existing the navigation and mass, it will be just widely we can use. Okay, whatever the applications we want, we can just use with the all kind of the application based on then all kind of the domain area, etc. Okay, and the some of the more examples for tasking taking the learning problem, for example generating the pattern and then recognizing the anomalies and then prediction recognizing the pattern. So in the recognizing means handwritten is happening and then image motion is happening and then the credit card transaction is stock precision is low. So all as here one of the good level of the good application oriented learning process. So in the overall the structure is what now we want to just to choose with the current and then the current state and then the follow by the like the destination set, we want to just choose with the correct level of the process. Okay, algorithm. So that is very important. These are all the sample applications for nowadays we are using with the ML model, web search, computational biology and then biology and then financial, e-commerce, space exploration, robotics, and then information extraction, social networks, etc. And then this is one of the checker problem for machine learning. We can take with the the how the learning without the explicitly the program. Okay, so always we can just choose with the one player is taking with the one role and then another player is taking with the one role of the level one of the problem and then level two of the problem. They will just easily move with the help of the knowledge based representation, and any one of the people they can win for the final end. So this is one other thing. And the TPE for all problem we can just apply with the TPE. Okay, so for example we want to choose with the checker problem, means T for the playing the checkers and then percentage and then E for the playing the practice. Okay, experience. So everything we want to just consolidate with the TPE order. Okay, so then only we can just achieve with the clear sense of the problem. Okay, so these are all the different kind of the state of the structures like the autonomous cars. So whenever we want to just choose with the number plate of the this number plate is we want means so the car is running, we want to just make with the window and then taking with the window part we can analyzing the car area number area. And then this is one of the kind of sensor. Okay, so we are having the different kind of the sensor mode for analyzing the track of the systems and then automate the car different kind of the way of the structure. This is the analyzing thing. Okay, exploration thing for already we were discussed. And this is one of the text based. For example the deep learning, for we want the particular headline is we want with the help of the text based or text mining, means we want to just feed with our data and then extract with the information with the help of the machine learning model. And this is one of the then level based of the image input images. So each and every level it will be just categorizing like in pre-processing and then divide the model of the structures, and then finally we can just take with the proper structure of the model from our images. Okay, this is the different kind of the input like the grid based images and training part and then testing part, and these all the scenes of the different kind of the images. So in the machine learning with the automatic the speech recognition, so finally we will get the some audio and then with the help of the audio of the wave frequency and then finally encoding decoding is happening and then we will get the proper structure. Okay, what kind of the model, everything we want to analyze with the machine learning model. And this is one of the tracking of the detail. Okay, and then voice record etc, and then tracking of the detail. Okay, everything we want to just do with the machine learning concepts. So these are all the basic information